All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for this beautiful and wonderful day. It's a new day. It's a brand new day in Uganda, and we are all enjoying the game of cricket. And today, I'm joined by Steve Tikolo. We are going to talk and discuss about his coaching experience. When did he begin coaching, and what really inspired him to go into coaching? So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome Steve Tikolo. Welcome to Square Cut Show.
Thank you, Alpha, for having me.
yeah, it's a beautiful and a wonderful day to have you here. And so, tell me, what's up? What's good? What's good?
Nothing much, just pushing on with the roles of head coach of the Nigeria cricket team.
Yeah,
Uh, I've been with them for 3 years now,
yeah.
and things are looking bright for Nigeria cricket.
Okay, all right. So, coach, how did your journey lead you to becoming the head coach of any national team?
I think the journey started in
And which teams are those you've coached?
journey started in 2011, 2012.
Mm,
Uh, Prior to that, 2010, I had the opportunity to go and play in Zimbabwe as coach player for the Southern Rocks franchise.
yes.
And during that time, 2010, 2011, I would say that opportunity prepared me for a coaching role once I retired from playing active cricket.
Mm,
After 2012, when I came back to Nairobi, we got together, myself, Thomas Odoyo, and Jimmy Kamande and Francis Otieno.
yeah.
We started an academy, uh, a cricket academy called the Legends Academy.
Mm,
We did that for almost a year, and then 2013, I got a call from Martin Suji. Martin Suji at that time was the coach of the Uganda national cricket team.
yeah.
So he reached out to me and said he wanted me to come in as his assistant coach and batting coach.
Mm,
So that is the first time I
mm,
got a serious taste of coaching at the international level.
mm,
2013 as batting coach and assistant coach for the
yeah.
Uganda cricket team.
Okay.
I did that for 1 year, and then I moved back to Nairobi, where I was given the role of coach of the under 19 team. Again, I did that for 1 year, and then I was elevated to the national team, Kenya cricket national team,
Mm,
which I did for 2 years, from 2014 to 2015.
mm,
After that, I got the role of the Uganda national cricket team, which I started in 2016
mm.
and did for 4 years up to 2019.
Wow.
After that, then I got another stint with Tanzania cricket, which I did for 2 years,
Mm,
2020, 2021. After that, Nigeria invited me to be their head coach from late 2022
mm.
to present.
Okay.
So that has been my coaching journey.
Wow.
I've done 4 countries now:
Mm.
Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and
And
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Wow, 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 wow. So, what were the biggest shifts in mindset you had to make when moving from domestic to international coaching? And did you ever imagine coaching at the national level when you started?
To be honest with you,
Mm,
I didn't do any domestic coaching in terms of coaching club sides and all that.
mm,
It was straight away from international cricket, playing international cricket, to coaching international teams. And for the mind shift, there wasn't really much in terms of mind shift. I want to think, because I played the game for so
mm.
long at the international level, almost 20 years
Yeah.
at the international level. So fitting into a coaching role became easy. Uh, the thing I needed to look at when coaching a team was more of how to manage the players. It's called man management. Uh, the other side of coaching, which is skills and all that, and mental, I think the experience of 20 years really stood out for me in those areas. So it was just a matter of how do you manage your players.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so what's the process behind national team selection, and how do you balance form, fitness, and long-term goals?
I think national team selection, at the end of the day, look, you're playing for your country. So as a coach, you're looking at your best players. When I say your best players, the best in the country, the elite in the country,
Yes.
because it's your country you're representing. So you want to have the best in the country playing for the country. And when it comes to picking those best, there are areas you look at.
Mm.
Uh, you look at form, you look at fitness, and you look at things like the ability for a player to put in those good performances and win games for your country.
Mm.
So it's not just one area you're looking at. There are different areas you look at for you to select your team.
Okay. So how do you deal with players who narrowly miss out on selection for major tournaments?
It's usually a tough one, uh, especially breaking the news that so and so has missed out on being in the final squad. Before the final squad is announced, you obviously have a squad that is training. For
Yeah.
example, you're going to a tournament where there'll only be 14 players required to play in that tournament, and you have a squad of 18 training. So 4 players have to be dropped. But again, when you go back and look at the process, the training, and all that, the things that I've mentioned, fitness, the form of the players at that particular time, and then you make those decisions of dropping the 4. It's never easy to break that news to them, because as you work, you've become like a family. You're doing things together. Now to leave the 4 out is usually very difficult. But my approach is to sit them down and just be candid with them and say you've been left out because of ABCD. There's a deficiency in this area that we need to work on for you to be in the team next time. So
Okay.
it's just about being open with them and being candid and telling them the reasons why they've been dropped.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's always good for a coach to be open with them and tell them this is the reason as to why you have been dropped.
Mm,
Than some players, I've had a discussion with some players who have been dropped, and they tell you, I don't know the reason as to why I've been dropped, but they've told me that there is next time.
mm.
But the coach is not giving me a reason as to why I've been dropped, so that I can be able to work on that.
But also, I would encourage players to sometimes also reach out to the coach and ask, Coach, why am I not in this squad?
Yeah.
The reason is sometimes a coach's mind or head is handling a lot of things. A coach is working with 20 players, 25 players, so he might not be in a position to give you that one-on-one time. So again, for me, it's also the players need to reach out and find out from the coach so that they can know where they are lacking and go and work on it,
Yeah.
rather than just keeping quiet and accepting I've been dropped. It's okay. Reach out to the coach and ask questions. I believe coaches are people who understand. They're like a figure father. They are mentors, so they will understand when you ask the questions. And for me, if a player comes to me to ask a question, Coach, why was I dropped? I'm quickly thinking this player wants to know where he's lacking so that he improves.
Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we really thank you for being on Square Cut Show. We are still live with Steve Tikolo on Square Cut Show. So, Steve, we would like to ask you, how closely do you work with domestic coaches and selectors in building the pipeline for the national team?
Uh, the relationship between the national coach and the domestic coaches is very important, because the domestic coaches are the ones who will bring up players and it's like a feeder to the national team. So it's very important to have that relationship where you're working together and interfacing most of the times. Something that I try and do in the places that I've been, always reaching out to the domestic coaches, always making sure that I come and watch domestic games and see for myself the players who are playing. And in the process, if the coaches are there, you keep talking to them on the new prospects that you can bring into the national setup.
Mm. Wow, 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 wow. So, can you walk us through your preparation ahead of a big international series or ICC tournament?
The preparations for a national team are usually ongoing. Uh, you'll find in countries, in different countries, because of different dynamics,
Mm.
they might be different. I would give you now a scenario of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania,
Yeah.
and then Nigeria.
Mm.
Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, I think the preparations are more similar. Why am I saying that? When you look at Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania,
Mm.
most of the national team players are based in one city. So, like in Uganda, most of the national team players are from Kampala.
Yeah.
So it's easy for a national coach to have regular training sessions and matches. Something that I did when I was here.
Mm.
We used to train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
and then Friday, Saturday have games, and probably Sunday allow them to go and play their club cricket.
Mm.
Something that I also did in Kenya, because most of the national team players are based in Nairobi,
Mm.
and in Tanzania, again, because most of the national team players are based in Dar es Salaam.
Mm.
Now, in Nigeria, it has been a challenge for me
Mm.
because the national team players are scattered all over the country. They come from different regions. So
Okay.
it's not easy to have all the national team players training at the same time in
Mm.
one place.
Mm.
Reason being the logistics of players traveling from different zones
Yes.
to come to one place. It takes things like now the transportation, whether it's airfares,
Mm.
accommodation.
Mm.
So it takes a very huge budget to do that.
Yeah.
So in Nigeria, I'm based in Lagos. I have a number of national team players in Lagos, 5 or 6 players. So those ones are the ones that I train with constantly. That training regime of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Mm.
and then on the weekend they go and play for their clubs.
Yeah.
When it comes to an international tournament, we now go the route of having a training camp, maybe a 2 weeks or 3 weeks training camp
Mm.
before the tournament. I'll give you an example. Now that we are here in Uganda, we've come for this tournament.
Yeah.
We had a 3 weeks training camp before we came to Uganda.
Mm.
So that is where now all the national team players gather together.
Mm.
We brought in 20 players for that camp, and out of the 20, 14 were selected.
Mm.
Uh, for me, I find it takes a long time for the players to get into the groove because of lack of that consistent training
Mm.
and playing games.
Yeah.
So you go to a tournament, you end up playing catch up. Like the first few games, the players might not play to the expectations because they've had a very short time of training.
Mm.
Uh, and then you start seeing them playing well in the third, fourth, fifth game.
Yeah.
Uh, so it has its pros and cons.
Mm.
But mostly for me, this 2 weeks camp, 3 weeks camp, the cons are much more than the pros.
Mm. Okay. So how do you strategize differently for ODIs and T20s?
For me, ODIs, T20s, at the end of the day, the way I look at it, the days when I was playing and now that I'm coaching,
Yeah.
the basics of the game still remain the same. It's usually just the mind shift that we are playing in a T20 game, which is a fast-paced game. From a batting perspective, we need to score at a quicker rate.
Yeah.
Uh, but the basics of the game, the cover drive or the pull or the cut, they
Mm.
still remain the same. It's only shifting your mind that now I need to score quicker than when I'm playing the ODI. T20, usually teams look at in terms of you want to score a boundary. If the boundary is not coming, then is when you pick the 3s, 2s, 1. But in a 50 over game, there's because it's a long time. Batters usually take their time to play themselves in. So all we try and do is shift the mindset of the players. But also in doing that, they need to practice for it. They need to go into the net and practice. Tomorrow we're playing a T20 game. What type of shots am I going to play in a T20 game? If I'm a bowler, what lines and lengths am I looking to bowl in a T20 game?
Yeah.
What variations am I looking at? Slower balls, the bouncer, the yorker. So for me, it's usually the shift of the mind, the mindset.
Okay. All right. So how do you address failure or poor performance at the international level?
I think number one, as a player and obviously as a coach, you've got to admit that when you're playing sport, along the line there'll be failures. Well, once you accept that, and when it happens, it's much easier to soak it in and now move forward and look at where can I improve. I've failed in this game. Tomorrow there's another game. How do I improve from the mistakes I made in this game before the next game? So I usually don't really dwell too much on failure, rather than try and make the player look at positives. How can I be better in the next game? And if there's an area that we need to work on which is causing that failure, you take the player into the nets and work on it.
Okay. So how do you mentor emerging leaders within the squad?
Mentoring leaders, again, it's just about talking to them about leadership roles, maybe even them observing you the way you lead. So you've got to be an example in the way you do your things. If I say the team bus leaves at 8:30 and I come in at 8:35 as a leader, and you already find the other guys in the bus, it doesn't paint a good picture.
Yes.
So for me, it's usually first I set the example for others to follow as a leader, and also just advice, talking to them. This is the way to do things. If you see somebody not doing it in the right way, you speak to them and correct them in a nice way, that this is how things are done.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still live on Square Cut Show. My name is Alpha, alongside Steve Tikolo, currently the national team coach of Team Nigeria. So, Steve, I would like to ask you, what's something fans don't see about international cricket coaching?
The amount of hard work that goes into coaching a national team.
The fans, how they behave,
the amount of hard work that goes into coaching a national team, the time spent, hours and hours in nets and all that. Fans are privileged to see the end product on the ground, but they don't know what happens behind the scenes. How many hours players spend in training with the coaches, the work put in, the sleepless nights, and sometimes you get home, your body is tired from throwing throwdowns to the batters, or the hours you've stood on the ground coaching and all that. Those are things that fans are not privy to. But we are not complaining. It is our job. We signed for this, and we face it head on and carry on. But what I would say that the fans don't know is what happens behind the scenes. They see the finished product. They don't know how these players got to that level.
And it gets hard and tough to escape it when the fans.
Of course, there's no escape route. And again, as coaches, as leaders, we've got to take every criticism, take it on the chin, and sometimes you hear what they say and think about it. If there's something you can pick from that criticism that will help improve the team, it's fine.
Okay. So what has been the toughest moment of your coaching career so far, and how did you handle it so
Has there
far?
been any?
Mm?
I, I can't think of any tough moment.
Mm.
Obviously, losing a match
Mm.
is a tough moment. And any match you lose as a coach is a tough moment.
Mm.
Uh, I will not lie to you. There have been a
Yeah.
number of matches that you've lost, especially the ones you lose, close matches,
Yeah.
the ones you feel you have the match on your side and it just slips through your fingers.
Mm.
And that there have been quite a number of those. I think I remember there's a time in Oman, I think, not Oman, I think in Kampala, where we had a tournament prior to the qualifiers, T20 qualifiers in Dubai,
Mm.
where we lost to Kenya in the last over.
Mm.
Uh, and that game made us not qualify for the next round in Dubai. I think it was
Oh.
2017 or 2018
Okay.
in Kampala.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we lost to Kenya in the last over, last ball of the last over.
Mm.
A game that we had bossed throughout in batting and bowling, and then we just lost it towards the end. For me, those are the painful moments where when you feel you have the game in your hand and then it slips through your fingers.
Mm. Oh. Okay. Great. 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 So, how do you balance the old guard and the next generation?
I think it's very important. I wouldn't call them the old guards. I would call them the experienced players.
Yeah.
I think it's important for a team to have experience and
Mm.
youthful exuberance. When I say youthful exuberance, players who are coming in, who are looking forward to play for their country, who have a long career ahead of them.
Mm.
Uh, but it's very important to have that balance.
Mm.
The experienced one are the ones who've been around. They know the nitty gritty of the game,
Mm.
and those ones will guide the young ones. While the young ones bring the speed and power
Mm.
into the game. So it's very important to have that balance.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you see the role of a national coach evolving in the next decade?
I've not thought about that, but I don't really see it evolving too much.
Mm.
Again, for me, like I said, a coach is a mentor, is a teacher, is a father figure.
Mm.
And for me, I still see even 10 years, 20 years, that nucleus will still remain.
Mm.
A coach will always be a mentor, a teacher, a father,
Wow.
somebody who brings the team together for a common purpose
Mm.
uh, that can bring success.
Mm. Okay. What's your coaching philosophy?
My coaching philosophy is usually to try and get the best out of the players
Mm.
and just keep a happy environment around the team.
Mm.
Because for me, when the players are happy, not fearful,
Mm.
with less stress, less pressure, is when they perform well. The
Mm.
reason I'm saying that is because I was a player, and
Yes.
I found that when my mind was at ease, I'm in a good space,
Mm.
I'm in a happy place, it was easy for me to perform.
Yeah.
Something that I've picked out in the last 10 or so years that I've coached.
Mm.
Every time my team is happy, the changing room is happy, you get the performances that you want.
Yeah.
But if there's fear in the changing room, people are fearing the coach. What is coach going to say if I don't perform?
Mm.
Then failure is just knocking on the door.
Okay. So, looking back, what's been your proudest moment of your coaching career so far?
Uh, my proudest moment, I think, when I coached the Kenya team, we went to South Africa. I think it was end of 2014, early 2015.
Mm.
We won the Africa Cup.
Wow.
And then when I came to Uganda, 2016,
Mm.
you are a witness. I think at that time Uganda struggled a lot with our batting,
Yeah.
and by the time I was leaving in 2019, Uganda's batting had really improved. I
Very
remember the
much.
last tournament I was coach Uganda. in Oman, we played 5 games and won all the 5 games. And in each game, whether we were batting fast or chasing, we were batting comfortably and putting up good totals batting fast. And when I say good totals, 250 and above to 300. And chasing, we would chase the score down comfortably. I remember the game against Kenya. Kenya had scored 250 something in their 50 overs. And we chased it down comfortably for the loss of 4 or 5 wickets for about 45 overs.
Yeah.
So when I look back, the time I came to Uganda and the time I left, the batting in Uganda had really gone up.
Yeah.
And for me, that is something that I was proud of, because I know the amount of work we put into our batting during those 4 years that I was here, getting the guys to become the batters that we needed in the team. And also just winning that first leg of the World Cricket League 5-0 was something good for me.
Yeah.
When I look at Tanzania again, my stint with Tanzania, though it was 2 years, by the time I was leaving, Tanzania was now a team that was winning games. I remember we won a qualifier in Rwanda, which we emerged top of the teams that were there. And now that I'm with Nigeria, again, it's been almost 3 years now. The curve of Nigeria cricket is on the up now.
Yes.
So there are those small milestones that I can be proud of, that I've been part of this.
Okay. So before we conclude, I would like to ask you, what advice would you give to someone who dreams of coaching at the international level?
The advice would be, number one, look to get the knowledge around coaching. When I say knowledge, studies, do the coaching courses and all that. If you've been a player before, it gives you the added advantage, because you would have found yourself in certain situations in the game that as a coach would be easy to relate to.
Yeah.
If not, if you're not a player, you're just doing courses for coaching. Very important to keep watching games so that you know the different situations in the game. But at the end of the day, it's about just collecting knowledge of how to approach coaching.
Okay. All right. So, uh, who is the most player you've coached? Most talented player you have coached?
Wow.
It's a hard one, knocking.
Yeah. In Kenya, there are quite a number. The Rakeb Patel is one of them. Lucas, who's a pace bowler. Shem, James Ngoche. When I look at Uganda, the likes of Roger Mukasa, I've worked with the senior statesman Frank Nsumbuga, Brian Masaba, Deus. There are quite a number in Uganda. In Nigeria currently, there are a number of my top order batsmen. There are about 4 of them.
Yeah.
Are really talented. I know they've not shown in this tournament yet, but they are really talented. And we also have some very good bowlers in our lineup. So if I was to call names, then I'll call a lot of names.
A lot of names.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which has been the toughest team to prepare against?
I wouldn't specifically say one team. I think when you're playing international cricket, all teams are at par in terms of skills and all that. So you really need to prepare well for whichever team you're playing against. And I would say every team is a tough team to prepare for. That is the way I look at it, so that complacency does not creep in. You treat all international teams equal. Otherwise, you'll be surprised if you overlook a certain team. It can get embarrassing.
Okay. So, your favorite ground to coach at?
In Kenya again, Nairobi Gymkhana. Here in Uganda, it was Lugogo.
Mm.
Tanzania, they have it's called Leaders Club.
Mm.
And in Nigeria, the TBS in Lagos.
Okay. Mm. And then one match you wish you would play, you could replay as a coach. Mm.
Again, for me, it is that match that we lost to Kenya at Lugogo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was very painful to take that loss.
Mm.
Like I said, we had the game on our side and we just let it slip. And it cost us a place in the regional qualifier. So matches like those, when you lose matches like those that have repercussions going forward, and being a game that you had in your hand and you let it slip, it's very painful.
Okay, so now as we are concluding, Steve, would like you to give the viewers there your last remarks and to the upcoming coaches.
To the upcoming coaches, coaching is fun, but it is a lot of hard work. I will not lie to you. So again, if you decide to go that route and it is your passion, give your 100%, put your heart, body, mind, and soul into it, and give your 100%. And to the people out there, the fans, again, thank you for your support always. Keep supporting the game, keep supporting your teams, because we who are the coaches and the players need that support. Without the fans, we are nothing. So keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Steve, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and when you go back to Nigeria, I would like you to send my greetings to the president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation.
That is done. The greetings have already arrived.
Yeah, I said my greetings to you, Dan, and yeah, I can't. I always long being close to you. The discussions we usually have with you. Yeah, thank you very much, and to the viewers out there, we really want to thank you very much for being on Square Cut Show. We appreciate your time and time you put in. Would we request that you share, like, subscribe to this channel, be able to alert each and everyone about this channel. It's called the Square Cut Show. My name is Alpha. Thank you very much, and I salute you.
Keep watching the Square Cut Show.